of the corn is equal to a shower of rain. When we are listless about prayer, it is the very time when we need most to pray. The only way we can overcome listlessness in anything is to put more of ourselves, not less, into the task. To pray when you do not feel like praying is not hypocrisy. It is faithfulness to the greatest duty of life. Just tell the Father that you don't feel like it. Ask Him to show you what is making you listless. He will help us to overcome our moods and give us courage to persevere in spite of them. When you cannot pray as you would, pray as you can. If I feel myself disinclined to pray, then is the time when I need to pray more than ever. Possibly when the soul leaps and exults in communion with God, it might more safely refrain from prayer than at those seasons when it drags heavily in devotion. Charles H. Spurgeon. Day 2. He said, "This is the resting place. Let the weary rest," and "This is the place of repose." But they would not listen. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 12. Why do you worry? What possible use does your worrying serve? You are aboard such a large ship that you would be unable to steer even if your captain placed you at the helm. You would not even be able to adjust the sails. Yet you worry as if you were the captain or the helmsman of the vessel. Be quiet, dear soul. God is the master. Do you think all the commotion and the uproar of this life is evidence that God has left His throne? He has not. His mighty steeds rush furiously ahead, and His chariots are the storms themselves. But the horses have bridles, and it is God who holds the reins, guiding the chariots as He wills. Our God Jehovah is still the master. Believe this and you will have peace. Don't be afraid. Matthew chapter 14, verse 27. Tonight, my soul, be still and sleep. The storms are raging on God's deep. God's deep, not yours. Be still and sleep. Tonight, my soul, be still and sleep. God's hands will still the tempter's sweep. God's hands, not yours. Be still and sleep. Tonight, my soul, be still and sleep. God's love is strong while night hours creep. God's love, not yours. Be still and sleep. Tonight, my soul, be still and sleep. God's heaven will comfort those who weep. God's heaven, not yours. Be still and sleep. Charles H. Spurgeon. I implore you to not give in to despair. It is a dangerous temptation because our adversary has refined it to the point that it is quite subtle. Hopelessness constricts and withers the heart, rendering it unable to sense God's blessings and grace. It also causes you to exaggerate the adversities of life and makes your burdens seem too heavy for you to bear. Yet God's plans for you and His ways of bringing about His plans are infinitely wise. Madame Guyon. Day 3. Cast all your anxiety on Him. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. Who among us has not occasionally experienced anxiety? And yet the Bible clearly prohibits it, and as clearly provides an unfailing remedy. Blessed is the man who trusteth in Jehovah, and whose confidence Jehovah is. For he shall be like a tree, which stretcheth forth its roots by the watercourse, so that it shall not fear when heat cometh, but its leaf shall be verdant, which is not uneasy in the year of drought. Spurrell. Not uneasy. Not uneasy in the year of drought, in a time of spiritual darkness, not uneasy about spiritual supplies, not uneasy concerning temporal supplies, food or raiment, not uneasy concerning our lip witness.